experiment. So what are the characteristics? Number one, explanatory. What does it mean? Asking not just what happened, but why. Using this method of comparison to exact compare and contrast. What's the similarity? What's the difference? Number two, comparison is a technique version of oral academic research. We have a different term for it, what we call hypothesis testing. That means a conjecture. You want to check whether it stands or not. Finally, we have to make most experiments conducted in laboratory. Why? Just like shooting a movie inside the studio, so that the director have more control. But if you, surely in the street, then people will interrupt also as well. Full of uncertainties. Number two, employ this so-called experimental group or control group or one by one, they show you this and then this. First of all, the format. Left hand side you see the experimental group, and then right hand side you see the control group. Then they have a difference. Why? Because the experiment come with what we call an experimental stimulus, what we call treatment. For example, and then over the day, give the doctor away. So the control group eat nothing. Okay, you can put it this way. And then we have the pre-test comparison, before the test, and then after the test. One by one. Ladies and gentlemen, you stay which is what we call the IV, the apple. And then which is the DV, we see apple, really related to apple. Number two, we measure the initial value. Your body weight, your body weight, or how many things that you have 1 week or 1 month or so as well. So we expose the dependent level and the independent level only to the treatment group, the stimulus. The control group, no. Finally, measure the dependent level to see what change. Those who have eaten the apple seems healthy. So we have this idea, and then those they keep the doctors away. So, reminder, you can put it this way. To correct the cause, make sure you control other factors that may affect the outcome of the experiment. So, people play badminton or table tennis, they play indoor, outdoor, look at the weather, the wind, okay. Number two, control is easy to achieve in the laboratory. So essentially, the key control is dividing subject into experimental and then control. Finally, how about we sociologists? We seldom conduct laboratory experiment. Due to ethical or ethical read the newspaper, whenever there's power cut in New York, the bad people, okay, where you the department store, the electrical appliances, for example, fortress, get everything they like. But we cannot afford this. Okay, so due to practical or ethical. Number two, so we use a different form of comparative method, so-called mental experiment. So here we are. We try to compare different societies, different groups within society, different historical periods, or different incidents. For example, monogamy, one husband, one wife, versus Gini, okay, group marriage, to see the differences. So the whole point of comparison is to identify the significant variables, okay, which is presented in one society or one group or one historical period, okay, whereas absent in the other. Compare and contrast. So we think these key factors may be the cause that contribute or brings the effect, the impact. Okay? And what about any organization? Oh, thank God. So with this, we finish experiment. You learn more if you want to learn more. Do the psychology class. Okay? You follow doing all sorts of different kinds of experiments. But not a class. This is our major, in a sense, survey research. Why? Because time after time, we take the sociology survey. What does it mean? Yeah. Subjects respond to a series of statements or questions listed in the questionnaire, or in face-to-face interview, or online interview, or Zoom interview. Okay. Common example: census or population, or by census or opinion survey. So one by one, characteristics. A single one is speaking survey as a typical example. Fact finding, or looking the so facts. Okay. Also, about people's opinions, adjectives, motivations, or beliefs. Then, ladies and gentlemen, can you still spot out the difference? We give you some hints. From the census data, okay, across different periods, 2011, 2016, and 2021, and then, one for male, another for female. So, check whether you have your sociological talents. Why? And why? Anybody? Like it seems men enter into the market at about labor market at about age of 25 and go on. And then for a long period of time, and then drop. At the age of 65, pass or above. About women, a little bit different. Okay, once they enter into the market at about 20 something, 35 something, or 29 something, okay, well, then they drop, okay, it says more, even at the age of 65. That means women at the age of 65 seldom participate in the labor force, in a sense, go to work. Why? Have I made myself clear? Anybody? One, two, three. So you expect the answer from Stephen Marlowe, we are going to give it to you. Remember, from day one we told you, women socialized this idea. Your occupation can be anything, but your career, life or career, is nothing but 5.5 husband, okay, which is very wealthy, so that you can be a housewife. You can leave the market, enjoy your life, family life, and then be a mother, bring up the kids. If not, right now, no kids, okay, bring up the pets, be a dog or a cat, or remember last time we showed you the cyber beams, okay, the cyber animals, or that kind of thing. Okay? Finally, we have to admit men likely, okay, go to work, especially in Hong Kong, very high living standard. People cannot afford. So they have to work, even at the age of 65. And about any qualification. So we can relate these social facts with this social development here in Hong Kong. Tell the difference between the male world and the female world. Okay. And about any qualification. Good. Number three, aim at accuracy and completeness. Okay. Make sure you can find a representative sample. Okay. Finally, if possible, there are what we call theory construction. So one by one. So we have to make use of visualize. Traditionally, we conduct, we do science in this way. What we call the deductive phrase. What does it mean? From general to particular or common or observation. So, ladies and gentlemen, we start with a theory. Wow, very abstract. And then divide the so-called hypothesis. Relatively speaking, more concrete, more particular. Finally, we make observation. So this is the traditional or what we call the classical way of doing science. From general to specific, from theory to observation. See whether observation will verify or confirm your conjecture, and so your theory makes sense. On the other hand, if you are doing descriptive survey, then you can put it this way. Someone will do observation. You listen to music, hospital, okay? Or you follow some difference. The male nurse, really rude to those patients, male patient, while really gentle to those female patients. And what you say that? So you divide this from observation to what we call hypothesis, and then finally, here. Don't think the male is very good, okay? They can be really kind, very gentle. But depend also by patient who are male patient or female patient, especially beautiful female patient. So this is likely another trend, especially belong to the qualitative tradition, because time after time became the so-called grounded approach. Grounded, someone like based on observation, related to the concrete outside world. And about any need for calculation. Good. Then finally, the view of the field. From data to theory. And we call it inductive approach. But practically speaking, why we show you this diagram? Because even you conduct deductive research, there's no purely deductive approach. Why? At the end of the day, after you collect the observation, mind you, only one observation. Just like you observe the sun will rise in the east from the east today. Doesn't mean it will rise from the east tomorrow. This is the problem of induction. Okay. So to make sense, I repeat, there's no pure deductive kind of research. Only one. Logic. Why? Because logic is what we call a form of science. That means paperwork, you can put it this way. Never about the outside world. Okay. So you can deduct your theory using the numbers and the variables also. But because all this within that piece of paper, you can put it this way. Never about the outside world. But if it's about the outside world, then so one observation is independent of the second observation and the third observation. So that's all. You cannot get it. This is the problem of induction. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are smart guy. After the first night, okay, your marriage, your husband put to you, first day, second day, third day, very difficult to tell, fourth day, the fifth day, oh, so and so. Sorry for that. How about any need for occupation? So learn this, make sure survey like we deal with population, census, but time after time, very troublesome, cause a lot of labor, time, money, resources, so and so. So every government only conduct census every 10 years. They conduct by census 5 years. Every 5 years. So time after time, when we talk about survey, ladies and gentlemen, it should be sample survey. Sample survey. Go back to the picture. Then, what exactly the unique or the essence, what we call random sampling, representative sampling. Not just you interview 1 or 2 guys together and that's it. Okay. But having said that, we have to remind you, because they are also what we call elements of the population. For example, they are Hong Kong people, they are Indian people, so they do tell us something about Hong Kong or India. So at the end of the day, we have to admit some Indian have some meaning for you to be or you know like or understand this. And how about any calculation? So again, you have the format of survey. Okay. You have a known population. For example, all your CTU students, and then you select a representative sample. And then ask them question. For example, do they like CTU? Do they have a part-time job? Or and finally, you can infer the result of this sample back to the population. If 50% of the people are students like CTU, then you may say, as a whole, 50%. If 70% of students of CTU go to work as a full-time worker, part-time student, then somewhat is a reality. Then this procedure for conducting survey, I think very straightforward, so we are not going into details. You check this from your SS2 form. And then finally, two reminders. Number one, formats. Okay, of the survey. Number one, session. Really popular. You collect the data at a point of time. For example, one evening, the new students will always do this kind of survey. Okay. Or like the if not 6 months. And then you compare the characteristics, I repeat, at a single call of time. So under this scenario, very difficult to talk about the cause and effect relationship. Why? You only make one observation, one time study. Or on the other hand, yeah, the longitudinal study, better. Why? Because you can have a so-called comparison of time to time to time. But because of time, we only talk about the first one. So suppose you conduct several observations of the same subject or different subject over a period of time, or even a couple of years. So you can have a kind of comparison, most likely suggest the cause and effect kind of relationship, better than the cross-sectional study. So for example, when you read the newspaper every year, maybe it says the salary climb up to rise by 20%. 20%. In the year 2021. That's what we see to you. This gentleman suggests, according to SME, this is the reality. Hong Kong U fresh grad, up to 37K. Sorry, 370 something, annually. While CTU, my goodness, only 36. 268. Lower than Poly U, my goodness. No problem. Better than BU or linear U. So, if you're familiar with the picture in Hong Kong, basically, Hong Kong U, CU, USD, the top 3 universities, while Poly U, CTU and Active U, right in the middle of the school. This is reality. Okay, so go back to our PowerPoint. By doing so, you can compare at the group level or the individual level. Why you have to take it? Individual university, or different universities in Hong Kong. Finally, advantage and disadvantage of different survey methods. I think I feel very straightforward, so we are not going into details. We save our time for the last one, last two. So please help yourself. For example, the Google form right now very popular. The Google form. Okay. Then which should we choose as Stephen Ma? No problem. First of all, we have to talk about the criteria. And then compare with the criteria, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, and some are better than the others, or vice versa. So I repeat, depend on your criteria. But basically, we can put it this way. Survey wide scope. You can interview all sorts of people. Number 2, economical. In terms of the money you invest and the data you collect, economical. Accurate. I suppose we have statistics to balance out. Flexible. Remember, you get a face-to-face online Google or group interview. definitely very flexible. The questionnaire can be very long or can be very short. So disadvantage. Do you like CTU? Do you like Stephen Ma? How did I tell you? Sometimes like, sometimes don't like. Very good. Human being, okay. So the question, really simple, really naive. I do not answer. Demanding, yeah. You have to have teamwork because you collect so many data, so much data from different individuals. Okay, and also very technical. You have to learn or know statistics. And then need for calculation. So finally, people like this nowadays, again, they come with different names. They use the term case study, but some textbooks use the term field research. This is an observation. Later on, we will show you the fourth name as well, a different name. Again, first of all, definition. A method by which the researcher systematically observe. Why? After the scientists, not like you, a tourist. And this Hong Kong right now very interesting. No, we never go naive. Okay? We do some study first. And then conduct in-depth interview with people while joining their routine activities. Be a participant. So they stay in the field for a couple of years, if not 10 years. Or some also like to join those religious ceremony or rituals. Why? Because to some extent we have to meet the religious rituals, okay, or believers, okay, are very crazy sometimes. God, sorry, Jesus Christ is coming back. Oh, okay. So we welcome him. Okay. Welcome. The time's up. Already midnight. Jesus never come up. No problem. Jesus listen to our prayer. Okay. He will come later. So some sociology, they like to study this so-called religious rituals or philosophy. Or some, okay, like this guy, William White, studied the so-called street corner society. Remember, they want to talk about the tri-societies, something like this, street corner societies. From his work, he reminds us the so-called urban gangs, highly organized independent societies, have their own hierarchies, morals, practice, and punishment as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, to be frank, just like Hong Kong, the triad societies, they worship Guan. So do the police here. But one underground, one or one, because they can use the legislative force. Come here. Characteristics of the case study research. Basically, focus on single unit, sometimes multiple cases. Okay. Be a person, a couple, or family, or an organization, and so on. And then the focus likely broad in the time and quality of variables. They want to study a so-called comprehensive picture in depth. Just like our Chinese medicine, always look at the person. Whole person kind of because we think all the limbs and organs they are closely related to each other. You have to look at it as a totality. Like the rest of so specialized or so analytical. Like this. Number three, descriptive and often exploratory. Why? Because we are outsiders. We try to understand the so-called alien culture. Just like the anthropologists. Go to Africa, go to that continent, primitive societies, so and so. So someone like the news reporter, okay, doing this kind of extensive description. So you're going to learn a different word, life history. Life history. Okay. So if you want to know the life history, wow, my goodness, you have to spend a couple of years there. Number 4, normally okay, qualitative kind of research. Emphasize this overall first-hand empathetic understanding, subjective impression. Number 5, okay, usually for examining the process of change, that means dynamic, okay, rather than static. Finally, you learn this from the methodology or the says they emphasize on validity. Are you studying what you want to study rather than reliability? Give you the questionnaire, time after time, you have the same answer. Why? Because you remember what you did last time. So here we are. Steps in qualitative research. From day 1, just let the director, movie director, he or she shoot a movie. Why? Want to tell you something. Maybe his own story, or maybe his own vision, or so and so. Okay. So, first of all, acknowledge that particular individual, the researcher, is as well social or cultural context. So, sometimes the story is about the director, or how the director sort of make use of the story to tell you something about societies at the particular moment. Then you adopt or spend it, okay? Someone like the literature review, and then you design it so and so. Someone like what we said earlier. And remind you, ladies and gentlemen, steps 3 and 6, they come together. Why? Because this is what the qualitative research requires. Things are just so complicated. Don't think that step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. There's only a period textbook, but never in reality. Okay. So, these are knowledge, so there's a success study in social context. Remember, we talked about this in lecture 1. So, large amount of data, okay, collect. Open your eyes to watch, open your ears to hear, open your mouth to ask, so and so. So, somewhat the researcher becomes an instrument itself to collect or absorb all sources of information. So, we don't call them interviewees, no respondents. We call them informants. Why? Because these are subjects that give you the insider's story or picture. They live in Hong Kong or they live in the continent or so as informant. Oh, here we are. Popular form of data collected by, you learn another word, ethnographer. Remember, ethno is ordinary people. There are some other ordinary people. Okay? Doing this field work. Participant observation. Here we call so observation. Key informant, and you see this, you heard this word earlier. Okay? They conduct survey. Okay, they may conduct focus group interview. And they make use of audio visual agreements for voice, or even network analysis. So I repeat, for them, always said this not scientific, this not systematic also. Think about the case of the news reporter that you know. Okay, give you a little bit details, okay? General procedure of data analysis as well. Again, we would like to make use of this for this. Okay. Collect data, to listen, to observe, to interview. After your field work, okay? Sorry, in the field work, you may job looks, okay? And then after the field work, okay, you may feel your memory or emotion, okay, when done something, so and so. Okay. And if you have your mobile phone, you may have sound recording, visual recording as well. All this. Then you have to select why. Because you have to report, or why you get attention, or why you pay as well. So somewhat this constitutes the data too. And then finally, okay, you want to be a little bit what we call systematic. So you analyze the data, find out the pattern. Okay, so and so. So you have what we call the coding scheme. Okay. Sorry, this we are not going to talk about it. You are going to learn it from SS2 to V. Okay. A little bit okay, the case of quantitative research and a little bit of qualitative research. Okay. Come back here. One by one. Okay. Yeah, review your few notes and then your verbatim. That means your recording. Okay. And then your transcript. Transcribe the verbatim into written form. Time after time, yeah, you think about the themes. Because this is how we understand our everyday life. Your parents talk a lot, but what exactly are the key points or major themes? Oh, and then reading through all these few notes and so. You have to selective, okay? Single out the most important things that you want to report. So all these in a sense, okay, through the help of computer or an program, okay? Or later on you show you in the sense, just like when you do your revision, okay, you may use your color highlight pen, okay, or color coding, so and so. Or even anti-individual computer, because there are also some what we call qualitative analytical tools in the format of computer programs. Okay. Not just the SPSS. Okay. For quantitative, it also comes with different computer programs. Okay? And problem, just to give you a general idea. Finally, how to report the data? Very simple. Number one, storytelling. Okay? Chronological or historical or flashback. Number two, case study approach about the people, about critical incidents, or about various setting. Number three, analytical framework about the process or the issue or the question or what we call the synthesizing concept. What does it mean? You should know by this. Anybody watch this movie before? Anybody? So we single a movie clip to tell you the theme of this that we want to do. Expenditure